Yo, what's up guys, it's ApTreX here. Welcome to the official gameplay test of Winlator OMOD, a brand new fork of Winlator Android which provides you much more FPS compared to any version of the official Winlator Android. It also has the latest Box 64, latest graphics driver, latest DX wrappers and much more. It is highly customizable, and if you guys have watched my setup video, you will know exactly what this emulator is capable of. But in today's video, we'll be doing a proper gameplay test of the Winlator OMOD 10.12 Glipsy build. You'll be able to see this brand new update was released about a week ago, and it updates Box 64, sets the default DXVK to 1.10.3, updated theming and much more. So let me start off by showing you guys the best settings of Winlator OMOD Glipsy, and then we'll jump right into the gameplay test. To start off, you'll need to tap on these three lines. Afterwards, go to settings. Box 64 version, make sure to choose the latest 0.3.5. Box 64 preset, set it as performance. Afterwards, you'll need to create a new container where screen resolution, make sure to set it to 854 by 480p if you are on a low-end Android device. Graphics driver, set it to Turnip Adreno if you are using a Snapdragon processor. If you are using unsupported Snapdragon or MediaTek processor Android devices, go with the Vertex Universal Graphics driver. As the device which I am using, the tablet, has a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor, I'll go with the latest Mesa Turnip Adreno driver 25.0.0. I won't be setting it to the 25.2.0. We'll go with the Turnip driver 25.2.0. Afterwards, simply tap on OK. Once that has been done, DX wrapper, make sure that it is selected to 1.10.3 or 2.4.11. Audio driver, set it to Pulse Audio, enable show FPS. Afterwards, go to the advanced settings, set the Box 64 preset as performance, startup selection as aggressive, and that's about it. Now if you want even better performance, then you can go to settings, create your own Box 64 performance preset by duplicating it and setting the safe flags level to 0. You can apply this Box 64 preset by going into the advanced settings of your container. We have successfully applied the best settings for Winlator OMOD. Now let's jump right into our gameplay test. To start off, let's perform a quick benchmark test. Here we'll go to CubeMap DX9 test, and you guys can see we have an error, which might mean that there is an issue with the Turnip graphics driver that we are using. So we'll go to edit container. Afterwards, graphics driver, will set it to 25.0.0. This time you guys can see our graphical output is working properly without any issues. New graphics driver may have some problems, so just keep that in mind. Let's start by testing out Dragon Ball Sparking Zero as the first game. Afterwards, we'll move on towards GTA 4 as well as Grand Theft Auto 5. Now for some reason, as you just saw, the game appears to be stopping from the task manager. Like here, I have just triple tapped on Dragon Ball Sparking Zero. 2 instances have been started, but after some time they will close by themselves. So we'll go to DX wrapper. Afterwards, set it to 1.10.3. After changing the DX wrapper, let's see if our game boots or not. And no guys, it is still not booting, so there might be some incompatibility issues as well inside this game. This has never happened before, so it's very interesting. Let's directly try out our next game, which is going to be Grand Theft Auto 5, the most stable PC game that you can emulate inside any PC emulator. Here we go. It seems that our game has successfully started. That's pretty amazing. And oh my god, this is Quant V with the Niagara graphics mod pack, which means the graphics are super enhanced. They are going to be super realistic, as I had added a graphic mode pack version of GTA 5 on this Android tablet. Let's just go ahead and toggle full screen. Afterwards, we'll go to input controls, and there are only 2 input controls unfortunately. So we'll go to settings, we'll make sure to import profile and add the GTA 5 on-screen touch control profile. Once that has been done, go back, and here we can choose the GTA 5 profile and simply tap on the enter button. Now I'll load a save file and I'll be back once the game starts. Here we go, GTA 5 has successfully started on my Android device. Let's just go ahead and change some game settings, and unfortunately our game just crashed. Here we go, I have turned off VSync as well as set the screen type to full. Let's just go ahead and tap the space button and apply the settings, and here the game begins. You'll be able to notice the FPS at the top left corner, which we are getting is about 40, and this is with the Realism Beyond graphics pack. By the way, the graphics textures have been improved compared to the normal GTA 5, so this is not a fair comparison, but as this is a gameplay test, it will be amazing anyways. Just take a look at how crisp the graphics are. This is super amazing. At the top left corner, we are getting about 30-35 FPS on a Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 processor Android device, which is definitely playable, and there are stuttering issues as usual. That is because of the shader compilation, I believe. So when you restart the game for the next time, the game will be much more smoother. But one thing which I am noticing quite a lot is the freezing issue. Inside this version of Winlator OMOD, our Dragon Ball Sparking Zero didn't even boot, and our GTA 5 is freezing quite a lot. I have paused this video multiple times, and this is actually my 5th time playing Grand Theft Auto-5 and it froze once again. So there are some freezing issues even though we have applied all the best possible settings behind the scenes, but still there are a lot of freezing issues. So what we'll do is we'll test out GTA 4. Now don't get me wrong, GTA 4 is an amazing game to benchmark. Here we'll be able to gauge just the raw performance without holding anything back. That is if the game starts. So let's open Task Manager. And as you guys can see, GTA 4 is loading, but unfortunately even now you guys will be able to see it's not moving, which means we'll need to restart our container and hopefully that fixes it. Winlator OMOD is not that stable. So if we just go ahead and take a look at Task Manager once again, you guys can see for some reason the RAM consumption stops after 298 MB and it seems that our games do not open. This is very weird bug, hasn't happened to me before ever, and I am using the right turnip driver, right DX wrapper and even the right box 64 version. So unfortunately guys, I am very disappointed to say, but Winlator OMOD has failed in our gameplay test because the games are just not booting. Well, this doesn't mean the end of Winlator OMOD gameplay test. I have a super low-end Android device and also a Mali GPU Android device which we can test out this emulator on in future because it has the Vortex Mali GPU support as well as a super low-end Android device, and hopefully then this emulator works. But at least on my Snapdragon 8 Gen 2, most of the games are not booting. The emulator works, but this shouldn't be the case. The game should boot and the game should not freeze. Even games like DBZ Sparking Zero, which usually boots in Winlator Android, you will be able to see after it reaches around 637 MB, it doesn't go any further and it just crashes. So that's the conclusion of Winlator OMOD. Let me know in the comment section down below if this emulator works for you guys or not. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.